Why is QA automation important? That's a very common question people wonder all the time. So QA automation is extremely important because software needs to be tested over and over and over again. So QA automation is part of software testing. There is manual testing, there is automation testing. So you normally first test the application manually, then you write code that will basically go through all the steps you would have taken manually. The way you test it manually, then you're going to test it automatically. And you want to test it automatically because when you release software and you build something, you're not just going to test it once, you're going to say it works and just forget it, right? It doesn't work like that. Normally, even though you tested it, everything looks good. Later on, when you make changes to a different part of the application, even not even related to that, it is possible that you can break things here. So you test it, it works good. You make changes somewhere else, you could possibly break this. So this part, even though it's tested once, you always have to test it again. Every time you have a new piece of code going out to production, meaning to the public, you're going to have to test whatever you already tested. So if you're doing it manually, you have hundreds and hundreds of tests to execute. Manually is not going to make sense to be able to do all of that again and again and again. But when you write automation, once you write the code, sure, it will take a little bit longer to write the tests initially, the automated test. But once you write the code, you're just going to keep running it, testing it as much as you want. You can test it one time a day, every day, or you can test it 10 times a day, every day. So it's extremely important. And as your application grows, you're going to have like just a lot more tests to execute. A lot more pieces of the application needs to be tested. So having automation would allow you to be able to test every part of the application over and over and over again. So the engineers that are testing it, once they automate it, now they have time to test the new stuff you're building on, right? Just maintain the old test. So that is why QA automation is extremely important, and that's why most companies are moving from manual to automation. Some things cannot be automated, of course. Manual is always going to be there, but pretty much everybody wants automation right now because of the value that it brings. So that is why QA automation is extremely important.